Wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel. Have a look.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites transaction. But then, to get close... All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain al-Ahmar. In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week...
First, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain al-Ahmar guys. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us...
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the... See you then.
Sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head...
Yep, let's go.
Alhaitham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought...
Back up! Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come!
The wind knows me.
Think you can bully me?
Just following orders. One with nature. Bring it on!
Academia scum! Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired! Arrest him! Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Alhaitham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going in. This Divine Knowledge Capsule does appear to be linked to the gods. But beyond that, did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly...
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the Divine Knowledge Capsule back, too. Still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so dangerous.
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia...
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no
Everything about Lesser Lord...
I'm heading back to the Academia.
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back, too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Alhaitham, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
Miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right? Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad. Paimon thinks she must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last time.
Just what will we come across this time?
There she is! Dinyarzad! We're back!
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's... Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing...
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel...
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos?
Of course we went! A lot of things happened there.
I see. Sounds like you two, if there is another chance.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Dia! You were
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on around my employer is part...
It's all right, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know the festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. I've already prepared a room for you to rest.
Whoa, you're so thoughtful. Paimon.
What's so great about Snezhnayan toys anyway?
Here we are. It's also fairly close.
It looks really nice.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventure.
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon can tell you stories next time.
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all walk around together tomorrow? All of my friends will be working the festival. And Dia's still insisting on her
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you, right?
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow morning.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunyarzad.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight. See you tomorrow.
Paimon's starting to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival too. Will there be lots of yummy food? Oh no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. The early... Did we oversleep? We should go meet Dunyarzad right up.
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. We must have overslept a little.
Not at all. I arrived early. Today is finally here. I must cherish every
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected, I had some trouble falling asleep. Well, shall we? Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event, and they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
This is a stall offering foods from the Haft Mewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most...
Mushrooms, flowers, so...
It's another Sub-Zero. Generally speaking, the most common selections are foods like Rukushifa mushrooms, lunar lotuses, Sumera roses, sunsettias.
So, the Sub-Zero Festival is a vegetarian...
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to
Wait! But if that's the case, if Sumero uses vegetarian food, then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roast? Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlan as soon as possible!
I hope your wish comes true one day, Paimon.
Thanks! Alright, how about...
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical
What's alchemical divination? Those two things sound...
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft
So, how does it work?
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will...
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So, okay, one moment. It's the...
Paimon wants to take a look too! Is it?
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
Illusions and lies? That sounds...
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is up to you to forge your own ending.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay.
They say the Sub-Zero's festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zeros would be just as impressive.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalt.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat. Hey, it's Dunyarzad! Wow!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children... In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zero's festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Night of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my...
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flower... All right, little soldiers. Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord...
Yes, Knight Ferris! Just what is going...
Ferris, the Night of Flowers, is another Sub-Zero's festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past,
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful
As are we to you, Vihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda candies? They're a festival staple, and I happen to have some boxes readied here.
Whichever one...
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw.
Ooh, those all...
And there's also Lizard Tail and Oni Kabuto.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni Kabuto is a little spicier than Lizard Tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants... It's alright. Paimon believes it.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great! These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Attention! That's unfortunately horror fruit.
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But looks like...
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival.
Really? Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
It's Night of Flowers, not night.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Night of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Can you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was...
I know, right? Hey.
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like they're...
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but... I want...
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're... Dia! Dia the Flame Main! No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so long.
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now?
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe location.
No! We're gonna stay and help! There's too many of them! You're right.
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself. After I've...
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look a little...
I'm fine. My body always reacts.
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't insisted on coming.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took care of them so...
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but...
Please, let me take a closer...
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword. What happened to the one you were using?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on mora.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparations?
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry. I'm not gonna lose...
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling your weapon without
You're so
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that. I get embarrassed.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyarzad?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her some...
Truly, I'm so...
Time to go.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments and I'll be good to go. I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar.
Can't believe it's Elazar!
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know about it. Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar and I came to terms with it compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this. Its effects on my life have been much more painful. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment for me so that I can live for that much longer. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even... Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to, not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone's faces here, and all the support this way. When my final day does arrive, at the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world.
As long as you don't forget Paimon. Paimon also won't forget about you.
Thank you two so much. I apologize for the... To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement, I wouldn't have taken that first step. Thanks. There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets. Oh, right! Isn't it almost time?
Huh?
Isn't the Dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? It's the part of the fest. Nilu will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And the Sub-Zeros festival will conclude amid everyone's applause, and with that, my wish will...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go to the stage!
Yeah!
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place with—
Over there! Someone's yelling at me!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage.
What? But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival.
the Sub-Zeros Festival? The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Such an event. If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into... The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you
How...
The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zeros Festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years. I need to speak with them. This is a hard pill to swallow, but... You're right.
Art. Dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge and... Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will announce it to the public later via the Akasha.
Understood. I will inform him.
The Sub-Zeru's Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilu, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. You all saw...
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the academia can't find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance. No. They just threaten...
Nilu, it's all right.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zero so much. And I know how important this festival is to you.
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings it would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point.
If you say so. But you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zero's festival, right? We'll...
The next one. Yes. Okay, it's a promise.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
It really is okay. There's nothing... Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets.
A lot happened today. It's a shame the Nilu and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success. But Dunyarzad is running out of time. Yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework possible. The project is entered its most critical phase. Power has been...
We're gonna be late! It's all because you... We should go meet Dunyarzad, right? Good morning, Dunyarzad.
Not at all.
You seem kinda tired.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Sure! Traveler? Ooh, they're selling food over that way! Let's go take a look!
This is a stall offering foods from the Huft...
You are quite well informed, miss. I thought...
They're all plants! Oh, actually, what is the Haftmewaf?
It's one of the Sub-Zero's festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? Paimon thought it looked like some kind of...
The moon signifies... It's escaping me for now.
Is he really looking it up?
Oh, right. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay. So, where to next?
right, soldiers. Now that you have...
Yes, Knight Ferris! What's going on? Is...
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsor. Oh, do you want some Yalda candies? I have...
what's to pick? Ooh, how...
And there's also Lizard Tail.
Ugh, what? Traveler, help Paimon pick...
Great! These boxes of candy are Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Ha-ha! Paimon bet you had incredible luck, and Paimon... Huh? How's that possible? It's obviously random. Maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Oh, sure.
Huh? Where are you going? A feeling of... Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like... In that case, Paimon also felt something like that today. So why'd you run here in such a hurry? So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you usually wouldn't.
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat? Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I gotta say...
Coconut charcoal cake? Isn't it that... Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying to do now. You'd never normally order something... That... Isn't this going a bit too far? How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful. Then, you mean... That's impossible! We were just talking about how gross... So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu? Paimon also gets the impression that we've been here how about... Is sitting by yourself on that bench over there. What a coincidence, Dunyarzad. We meet again. What?
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers just now, but thankfully Dia came to my rescue. I started to feel unwell after that, so I sat down here.
Kidnappers? Oh my goodness, are you hurt?
I'm okay. Dia's arm got scratched, but it isn't serious.
Whew. That's a big relief. But, Dunyarzad, you seem a little down today. It's the Sub-Zero's festival, and you've been looking forward to it so much!
Not at all. I've always been like this. Excessive physical exertion or strong emotions tend to aggravate my illness. Besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day. After however many more days, my time will come to an end.
quite follow you. And Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
It really is fine. I don't mind. Huh? Did something happen?
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu? You know, like when you've already experienced something that's happening right now?
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling deja vu, I suppose I would already be used to it.
Oh, Paimon sees. Then...
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for what?
Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified. When we return, have the...
Understood. I will inform...
the Sub-Zeros Festival. Ghost...
Nilou?
Oh, Dunyarzad.
It's okay.
But you've been really looking forward to this.
It truly is
True, but...
the next festival.
Wait, what did...
No, nothing. I'll be heading back to rest.
Paimon can't believe what those heartless geezers did! Ah, did Dunyarzad already... So, in the end, you still couldn't figure out... Maybe it really was because of exhaustion. Same here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking about... Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chalk things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
Observing a modest drop in the output of jnana energy, but values still remain within normal parameters.
Continue to monitor for variances in the data and find them.
Why does Paimon feel so tired after so much? Anyway... keep you waiting.
Not at all. I arrived early.
Huh? Paimon thinks you sound kinda tired.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry.
Great idea! Let's get going! Traveler?
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy the... Oh, are you interested in Yalda candies? I have some boxes.
Not much of a
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random. And there's also.
Huh? She'll help.
No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you. Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all.
Paimon knew she always had incredible luck. Paimon's not. What? She was right about.
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? I packed all those boxes this morning and they've been. Mind reading? X-ray vision?
Tell us what's going on. Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler? Hey, where are you What's going on? Did you see something? Us leaving Dunyarzad without letting her know is kinda rude, you know. What are you looking for? Traveler? That's... Look! That's... Isn't that Dunyarzad? What's happening here? Why are there 2 Dunyarzads? You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you? I'm sure you already know how to use this. A knowledge capsule? Where did you get it? You should use it too, Paimon. You know Paimon? Well, this seems kinda sketchy. What the? This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? Huh? No. The 30th? Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even realized what the heck was inside the... Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time... let Paimon think. Oh, it's coming back. Meeting you was the real catalyst for restoring our... what about everyone else? What? Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro.
And you also have special, sensitive constitution. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness. A familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you asked that. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. The Dunyarzad you were just with is different from that first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left. Looks like you're almost done sorting out your... Oh yeah, I'm Nahida. Good, you passed the test.
What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on.
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called the samsara. You, me, and everyone else are all stuck inside the one-day samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your minds. I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to slow down...
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness gets worse after...
If we can break out of the samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her.
You sure love to use weird analogies.
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing knowledge to understand... Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
I've already experienced the Sabzeruz festival many times, and... I can't seem to That should be it. The flow of time is endlessly... That should be it. What's happening right now, see?
A time loop. You've given similarly wrong answers in the past. A pity.
Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made a lot of sense.
A simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. You two are still missing a lot of information. Unfortunately...
Dunyarzad!
The Sabzeruz festival is find the...
Let's think about our current situation, Dunyar. And to do that, we need to figure out what's happening. The Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop, so we must have missed something, right? Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but let's go talk to...
Hey, it's you guys again. I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. I harvested them from the forest. Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest yesterday.
To put it another way, if you really...
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream with.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone... True. It's so weird that... Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up...
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person? Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate.
You're really excited about this, huh? That's exactly...
Help you better understand it?
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue...
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into? Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys... What you just said... Are you serious?
I knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination.
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like it's related to what...
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific, the book only says... If you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just we haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to? Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again? Yeah. If we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a... At this time of day, Dia's...
I'm fine, my lady. It's...
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, Traveler. You came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could've went all out.
You want the Traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get...
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And people in Sumeru don't dream. My mind feels exhausted. The moon, illusions, and lies. What if... Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And... That doesn't...
Tell her, Traveler!
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the words right out.
All right, so this is the situation.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type, but we do have base...
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything?
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about.
My lady, are you angry? All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a...
Nahida! We brought a friend! Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where?
Huh?
I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see me.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have...
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here.
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma.
I can sense her aura. They're also linked...
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been repeating its... So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academy... Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know. Right! Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule?
The Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and...
A Gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical.
So, this Nahida you mentioned. What did she say?
She said, and Paimon quotes, "The Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom...
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait. I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace's wisdom?
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you think?
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to... People in Sumeru don't dream. What's happening right now seems to have happened before. My mind feels exhausted. That doesn't sound right. What's happening right now seems to have happened before. That does...
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, when the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think The Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us? Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there?
What's the point of doing something like that?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single mass. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses...
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to...
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words, when this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole...
How does everyone feel? Huh? What is it? Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear that?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep. But we took off our Akasha terminals.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate...
But we cannot lose all of our...
Paimon remembers everything!
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
We definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that? But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants...
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about your...
I guess... I'm the...
The moon? Wasn't that the...
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth. So you should focus on other things. Don't get...
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time...
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt? What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get...
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs. Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told any...
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. It's as if I've already used it to fight a...
You're saying that, although you don't remember using it, your body feels...
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only know it...
Traveler, what do you think? Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful. Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened!
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
How did you know what I was gonna say?
Forget it. time. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other... Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunya's...
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
Hey! What kind of an...
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience... How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? This tomorrow, it's even possible that this entire world is a lie. And the history of the whole world has...
Okay, no more! Paimon...
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your...
Huh? Hold on, what?
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could...
It's so strange and so against common sense that... Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart. Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've...
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these
We're still in the same day! Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still up. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often. And it...
Paimon thought the Duke did that!
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but...
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my... In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory? Oh, yeah! You're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that?
So, what...
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. And... Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the god of wisdom. The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. The moon, illusions, and lies. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times, and... all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would...
Oh! Then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the... That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been...
A brilliant...
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your...
That isn't simple at all!
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right! She did help us find our latest clue at...
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't I?
Well, you're still getting used to your new grades.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hand.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it. Oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this?
Yes, your memory's being erased.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed.
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything! It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible.
You have proof?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, come with me. Miss Dunyarzad, please come along as well.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about...
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they used some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training. Whew, I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular? Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime. Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now? Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired? How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the...
back early today. Did you find some...
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
Leaving the city. As far as I remember...
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we...
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time...
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll...
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memory.
Yep. Something here's definitely fishy.
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay, let's...
Why can't we leave the city? What is the Academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind...
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we... This is a good spot, and the guard has... Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But... What if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Oh... Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but... We've always been together, haven't we? Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back and please... Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon...
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she...
Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most
Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of... I see. Using two people's different...
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you... disappeared in an instant. was...
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this? I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being... But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside! Something like a message?
But don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass...
Yep! Now we're...
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages.
I just tweet to make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway...
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative. Let's go then. Let's expose the... All right. Paimon isn't as worried. Okay. See you tomorrow. That covers everything that's happened so far.
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you...
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible. All these spaces are empty. Except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't...
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside.
Appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the Traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said, even the final space is all...
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real... All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had... My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the... Was that space actually the real world? All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. That doesn't sound... That doesn't...
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are they...
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods, so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple—
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half. Hey! Do you want some alone time to think? All right.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad?
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first.
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival? Okay.
People in Sumeru don't... The moon illusions... All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies... Those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia Fort. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people...
People in Sumeru think they don't dream. But the truth is, the Akasha and those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. So people in Sumeru do dream after all.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha... It is the manifestation of the god... The Akasha relies on the power of an... It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace. And it grants knowledge to the people. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
That doesn't...
It compiles the wisdom... It is the manifestation...
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human...
So in other words, The complete Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions. And the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from great... The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own...
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done... We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and... The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zeru's festival along with everyone else's. While they're now vacant dreams, no one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. And so begins another samsara. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zeru's festival. The dreams that...
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is... dream harvest?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals.
Alright, last question.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So that... Now that I think... Now that I think about it...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why...
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. Wait, now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Yes, those can wait until we're... On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now. You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow... Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of... That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sub-Zeru's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from... That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, they're actual dreams, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zeru's festival, they don't remember anything from their...
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that...
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. Meanwhile, Everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever—
You might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing!
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday?
Could they really— Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the— Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Celebrate the birth of— Could it mean? Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're— After we end the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, we have to—
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their arm—
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun.
A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow.
Nahida? Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not complete. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in the— So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just—
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's— You know, speaking of which, the old
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness. And it was you who inspired—
Yes. Back then, Her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality, or I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz festival with so many—
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe—
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed—
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end this—
Great, but—
Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the that means this dream belongs to a host who created—
Huh?
So, well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their conscious, which means, with the power of imagination—
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be— And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize— After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, as for me, during—
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary.
Paimon's still a little upset that She was such a good person. Was such a simple— Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going, but we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely— Paimon's wondering, do you think this— Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other— So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense! Ferris, the Knight of Flowers. Let's go ask him some—
You're back. You left in a hurry last time.
Everything's fine, just— It's a little hard to explain.
An experiment? That came out of nowhere.
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzeruz—
Less questions, more—
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so— I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm—
So, you have a crush—
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me— What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but okay. I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh! You—
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her.
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into... Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you. You... Fine, all right. Knock yourself out. Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourselves...
Scratch that! Look at you!
Where do you think you're going?
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Can't believe!
Scatter!
Into the wind.
I'll be back.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Oh, and speaking of her, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here? She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before. Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's without... Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book. Should we open it? Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's... She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift if we hadn't found this book. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off? It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about—
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean—
Yes, Traveler.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come— What? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into— The Grand Sage is already—
Oh. Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the Academia, that's another day gone to— Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put— So they're just—
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that—
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the—
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers?
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu is— So when you saw the flowers, you instantly— But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're— How should we make Nilu read—
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, as far as you know, people in Sumeru don't—
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendro Archon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we—
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for..." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you?" In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story?
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zero's.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the long... Paimon's head feels super heavy. Trio Paimon thinks it was... the Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal! She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What usual spot?
Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare...
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something, I just had a dream. And I saw Nilou...
you. Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird with... and... Dunyarzad.
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about...
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief.
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though, where both will gradually fade until they completely... I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for...
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too soon.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was about. And if the red...
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably...
Okay, so what does the...
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with some... Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've...
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems
the traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's. To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha Terminal, my consciousness has I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of...
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they!
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia...
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough. There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I wonder what caused them to go down this path. And what, even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't... I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And I think they're deliberately trying to hide some...
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tighnari to join...
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to... You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's...
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all
misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the... With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its... Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages, by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals forgot it. I hope my answers were satisfactory. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sages' activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything...
What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by...
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.